Hey, it's Pat Flynn, and you're listening to List Building Live, our first ever virtual audio summit right here on the SPI podcast, where each day we release about 6 mini episodes to help you grow your email list. Why? Because you don't own social media, but you should own your audience. So each day for 3 days in a row, we are bringing you people directly from Liz's and my communities to share what's working to grow your email list today. That's right, no quote unquote experts or 8-figure entrepreneurs talking about what worked for them years ago. Just regular creators like you who are working towards making a living online. Enough talking, let's get into it.
All right, Tracy, how have you been growing your email list this year?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's changed quite a bit. So, there's not one way to grow a list, Liz. And I love this question. And just for context for your audience, I'm Tracy Beavers. I'm a visibility and client acquisition strategist. I teach all organic strategies for you to get visible, which you probably already are in the online space. But then what we do with that visibility after that is what converts into the list growth and the leads. So when I first started this years ago, I was just teaching list growth. I was a list growth strategist, but it's evolved because people think all I need to do is create a free lead magnet, put it out on social media, people will grab it, they'll come on my list, and my list grows. And this is true. But then we have to take it a step further if we want it to actually convert into something, convert into a conversation where we actually have the buyers, we actually have more list growth. So I love doing different strategies. Freebies are important. They absolutely are. That'll never go away. But then things like this, like what you and I are doing right now, collaborating, being on a summit, being on a podcast, speaking on a stage, all of those things are tremendous ways for people to become aware of you so you're visible to them. But then we need to give them the next step of how can you join me in my world? So I love being a podcast guest, speaking. Networking is important. If I go to a networking session and I don't talk to anybody or really follow up with anybody after that, then I might as well have not gone, right? So we have to think about what are all the ways we can make people aware of us to then extend an invitation to get to know us better and come into our world. And then we can decide, are they going to be a client? Are they going to be a referral partner? Do they want to be an affiliate of my program? Do we want to collaborate? Because all of those things lead to more list growth and more audience growth.
Okay, I'm really digging what you said about meeting people online, but not thinking every single person has to be the one that's joining my list or the potential client. I think a lot of people, and even in this event, we're saying collab, do this, do that, all the things Tracy just said, but it's hard to figure out, how to even find those people. So networking to grow your list, is actually essential. It's kind of the step before growing your list, right? So Tracy, where are you finding networking events, or how do you get online to find those peers and partners?
Yeah, great question. And I intentionally started on this road. Has it been almost 2 years? I don't know. I said to myself, it was either last year or the year before. I was like, it was in the summer. So it was about this time of year. I was like, okay, Tracy, you've got to get in more rooms, because one of the things that made me successful in corporate, over 25-year award-winning sales career, was because I was out of the office meeting people. If I had sat in my office and not left, how in the world would I make a sale? How in the world would I make any connections? Because it wasn't what made me successful in sales is exactly what's making me successful here in the online space. It's all about making connections with other human beings, being a warm, kind human being, wanting to get to know them, and then deciding, oh my gosh, maybe they don't need what I have, but I could help them make a connection to someone that they truly do need. And then in turn, they would make me a connection. So I come into the online space and I'd left corporate. I'm sitting here in my kitchen and I'm like, oh my God, where are all the people? And I thought, I've got to go find the people. So I started asking other business colleagues, people like you, people like my business besties, people like the people that were in some of the first group coaching programs I ever joined. Hey, where are y'all networking? Where do we network? And then I would even get into the DMs and ask some people that I trusted, hey, where are you networking? And here's where the magic started to happen. You go to one networking event And then you ask those people, you learn about more networking events. You ask those people, you learn about more. Soon it was like my reticular activation system on steroids. Soon I had so many networking opportunities that I couldn't go to all of them, right? And the same thing has happened with summits this summer. I've made a very intentional strategy to be a speaker at more summits because I love helping people and the summit just lights me up. Same thing happened. I was on one or two. Then it exploded because people that were running summits heard me on those summits, invited me to their summit, which invited me to. So the doors just start to open. You just have to ask people, what are you doing to grow your business?
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying you just have to ask someone. It can be really hard when we're in those beginner stages to, especially if you're coming from a corporate background or, this is your first venture online. It can be like Tracy said, where are the people? Where are people? But just asking, even going into some kind of business Facebook group, Tracy's really good at this, and just asking, "Hey, where are people hanging out?
Yeah.
I need to find people like X. What suggestions do you have for me?" I've even met people, y'all, on Reddit. Okay, I literally started when I started working with SPI. I looked up a subreddit called Passive Income, and I've just been in there answering questions, linking to things, and not even the SPI website, just like, hey, I read an article about that, or hey, there's a Facebook group over here about that. And people started to like chat, slide into the DMs, so to speak, right? And now I've made friends on Reddit, a place I never, ever would consider before, but for some reason it just popped into my head, and it was a huge subreddit, like r/passive income, and it's on and popping over there. And so you just have to start asking. You've got to put yourself in at least one room, and I say it with love, open your mouth, right, Tracy?
Yes. Yes. If you don't tell, you don't want to be the best kept secret. Okay. If you're not visible, if people don't know who you are and they don't know what you do, they can't help you.
For sure. I actually, last night, I was telling Tracy before we hit record, I was in the inbox for about 4 hours. Yeah, I'm not sleeping much right now. There's a lot of energy going on. I'm trying to get visible, y'all. And so I was in the inbox, and this person was asking about actually visibility and collaborations and growing her email list. And I was like, wait, I know this person is a crochet blogger. I just got off a call today with a crochet blogger about her wanting to get off of social media and grow her email list. Oh my gosh. And so I emailed both of them and I said, hey, Courtney, hey, Karen, da da da, you guys have the same goal. Y'all need to meet. And again, I wouldn't have known that Courtney needed Karen and vice versa if neither one of them had told me. Did I set out to be a connector of crochet bloggers? No, absolutely not. Right? But because I know both of them, I was able to make that connection. So that's what Tracy's trying to tell you today. You've got to get out there, get visible, get known. So the people like me who are also out there, mingling, can connect you with the right people when that opportunity arises. I love this
Yes.
so much, Tracy. Can you share with us just really quickly, maybe your top 1 to 3 tips for that person who is like, oh, I'm an introvert. I don't yeah, that all sounds great, but for getting out there and getting visible today?
Oh, love it. So first of all, just at a basic level, make sure that you have one great free lead magnet that pertains to your paid offer that you can put out, make it visible enough that people have an opportunity to know about it and opt in for it to get them on your list. Okay, that's a really slow way to start, especially if you're an introvert. But I will talk to people and they'll go, well, I have this lead magnet, nobody wants it. And I'm like, how many times are you promoting it? And they're like, well, I think I put it out there 30 days ago. And I'm like, no, no, ma'am, no, sir. Put that lead magnet out at least once a week. Talk about it when you're being interviewed. Let's get some people on your list. Let's get your list growing. But then it is your duty since they have raised their hand and they've said, I want to sit at your lunch table by joining your list, they're sitting down at your lunch table. Okay, then we need to talk to them. But if you're an introvert, this is an easy thing to do. You're going to email them. You're going to email them something warm and kind that talks about who you are and that you're so glad they're there and how can you help them and here's a tip, and get them to reply back. There are so many fun, creative ways to get people to reply back. Then you have started a conversation where you can uncover needs just like you did with those crochet bloggers. Is that moment where you connected those crochet bloggers making you money in that moment? No. But what it has done is it has filled up your generosity cup, if you will, and that will come back to you, because those two ladies, whenever anybody says, I need to grow my list, I need to know how to talk to the people on my list, they're going to go, you have to get with Liz Wilcox. Not only is she top of mind to me now because she connected me with somebody else and she didn't have to do it, but she's a badass at email marketing and she's really, really kind. So if you start having conversations with people in your inbox as an introvert, that's a really easy thing to do because you don't really have to speak. You just have to type words. But I would take that a step further. If you can ask one of your trusted friends that maybe shares your same audience, but you don't compete with each other, kind of like you and me, we're kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Ask them, where are they networking? And commit to going to just one, and I'm talking free stuff, one free networking session. If you need one that's a safe space, come to mine. I have a free networking session once a month for everybody that's in my free Facebook group, and it is so fun. And I love to help the introverts get comfortable with this. It's a place for them to practice their elevator pitch of who they are, who they serve, and how. Then after you've gone to that one networking session and you've been in a breakout room with 2 other people, right? You're not going to be in a breakout room with 100 people. You're going to be in a breakout room with 2 or 3 other people. And they're all doing the same thing you're doing, right? You're all in the same boat. You're all rowing in the same direction. That's a safe space. And then set a coffee chat with one of those people. Okay, so let's just take baby steps. Find one place to network, get into a small breakout room, set one coffee chat, preferably more than that, but let's start with one. And then set that coffee chat. It doesn't have to be a marathon. It could be 15 minutes in and out. And then ask that other person, tell them what you're doing, and ask them, say, what are you doing? And what have you done in the last 30 days that's helped you? And oh, here's something that I did that helped me. And decide together, is there a possibility for a collaboration here? Could you both share your lead magnet and do a list swap? For introverts, that's an easy thing to do, right? For somebody like me who's a massive extrovert, I'm going to be like, Liz, you want to go live on LinkedIn tomorrow? Let's do it, but that's and introverts are like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. So think about, what could you do to take baby steps to get to talk to the people so that the people know what you do and they are able to refer you, maybe be your client, maybe be a collaboration partner. That's how this whole thing starts to explode.
Love it, love it, love it. I cannot wait to see people getting visible, getting down to the nitty gritty, AKA networking, so that they can find people to join their list or join them in the forever pursuit of leads. I love that so much. All right, Tracy, if we want to join your email list today, how can we do that?
So I have a freebie that I have given to you guys. It is a visibility to client workbook. But it's actually, I know the name workbook for some people is like, but this thing is actually going to move the needle for you. So I want you to go to tracybeavers.biz/Liz List Building Live 2026. I know that's a mouthful. I know Liz will give you the link, but this is my visibility to client workbook. And what this thing is going to do is, the thing is, people are finding you. You probably have enough visibility. Most people I meet, they don't have a lack of content. If they do, we solve that problem. But most people don't have a lack of content. What they have is a lack of people becoming their clients, right? And by client, again, I mean, maybe they buy your thing. Maybe they're a referral partner. Maybe they're a collaboration partner. I lump all those people under the umbrella of client because they all will grow your business. And that's what a client does. So if you're posting and you're networking and you're speaking and your list is growing, but none of that is turning into more conversations and paying clients and more leads, then this is going to pinpoint exactly where people are getting stuck in what I like to call your conveyor belt. I look at business as a conveyor belt. So you've stepped onto my conveyor belt by listening to me here. You go grab the visibility to client workbook. You've moved along my conveyor belt. Now it's my job to talk to you in the inbox to move you further along. And then maybe we could set a coffee chat and we could help each other and move each other further along through our business conveyor belt. So that's going to show you exactly where people are coming into your world and getting stuck.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Tracy.
Thank you.
Okay, another great list building strategy from one of our amazing community members. I just love seeing people find ways to grow that I didn't even think of. That's something I've always loved about being in communities with other entrepreneurs. It's just so inspiring and motivating at the same time. If you need that in your list, a group of business peers to help you take what you're learning here at this event and turn it into real action, come join us inside the SPI community. Not only will you finally have people keep you accountable, you'll have all the resources you need to make a living online, not just with email marketing, but content creation and monetization as well. And right now, we're offering 50% off and some other fun bonuses just for List Building Live listeners. And that's you. Just go to smartpassiveincome.com/list live and use code 26list, that's 26LIST, to grab this special rate. smartpassiveincome.com/list live and use code 26LIST.